Hey folks, this is Jason Good with the Good Life Outdoors. I'm out here this evening smoking a big old brisket on my Weber Kettle grill. And I'm using what they call the snake method of charcoal smoking. So I'm using charcoal in a ring around the perimeter of the grill and layering wood on top of that for the smoke. And it's going to create a nice consistent burn all the way through for a nice long period of time without having to go in and open the lid of the grill and release all the heat. So it keeps a nice consistent temperature in there, nice consistent smoke for the meat, and turns out really, really good. So I'm going to be doing this brisket overnight and into tomorrow. So I've started this about 9 p.m. I'm looking to get probably 14 to 18 hours out of this smoke. I'll probably get 10 to 11 hours out of the ring of charcoal I've started with. So at some point in time I am going to have to lift the lid and restart the fuse. But in that, wanted to run you through how I do this. Now, this is going to be fairly quick, not a whole lot of talking. And if you want to see something that's a little bit more in depth, a little down to the nitty gritty, I'll link to another video where I did a pulled pork, bone-in pork butt, where I really get into how I do this. But I hope you enjoy this, get something out of it. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, I woke up this morning and realized I had turned my alarm for the thermometer off in the middle of the night. I had checked it at 3:30. The temperature on the grill had dipped a little low, so the alarm had gone off, but the temperature of the meat was at 164, so everything was looking great. It bumped up everything, but apparently I had turned off the alarms on my thermometer. And so when I woke up around 7 this morning, I looked at everything and the meat had gone up to 208. So I had ran out very quickly, wrapped it up. I did test it in a couple places just to make sure it wasn't the place that particular part of the probe was in. And sure enough, it was all the way up to 208. I don't know how that happened that quickly, but it's wrapped in the cooler now, and we'll cut it up here in a little bit. All right, this has been sitting in the cooler, wrapped up in butcher paper for about an hour or so. I had some work stuff I had to do, so being in the cooler kept it nice and warm. Go ahead and take it out here and take a look at it. That's a good looking brisket right there. We're going to cut into this, see how it turned out, and go from there. Oh, wow. Look at the juice on that thing. This looks fantastic. So we had a few little dry spots here that I had to cut off. And I think some of that is caused by the sudden rise of temperature there at the end, and I think just some of it's just, I think it'll need a little bit more protection from the heat underneath while it's cooking. So lessons learned for future brisket. Let's look at what actually got done. This looks fantastic. It's nice and tender and moist, and it turned out really darn good, so I'm proud of it. So it was meant to be a 14 to 18 hour smoke, slowly turned into about a, I don't know, 9.5 to 10 hour smoke. For the most part, it turned out pretty good. You know, it's kind of hit and miss with this. I've had success with this in the past, and in this one, I still call it successful. It was very tasty, it just didn't do what I expected it to do. And my understanding with brisket is it just kind of has its own way of working. As one of my buddies said, it's got its own little voodoo. But other than having to cut out some of the dry parts, some really tasty meat. So, hope you like what you saw today. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, go ahead and hit that notification button so you know when I post new videos. Now, I appreciate each and every one of you who is watching today. Y'all get out there and live the good life. We'll see you around. Thanks a lot.